So you've made it to your 30s and you're thinking, I have to do something different, right? I've spent my 20s, I've had a lot of fun. Maybe I've started saving, but I really need to replan my finances, right? So today, that's what we're gonna talk about. How do you plan your finances in your 30s? So things are starting to get serious now, right? 30 years old, it's a milestone, or you're somewhere in your 30s and you're planning for the next portion of your life, right? What are things going to look like as you progress, right? Maybe you're advancing in your career, you have a little extra money. So now the first thing you want to do is the thing I always go back to, right? Is your budget. Let's start rethinking what your budget actually looks like now. What are the things that you're spending on and where can you make adjustments? The next thing you want to look at is what does your insurance coverages look like, right? Now that you're in your 30s, you've come off your parents' health insurance, maybe you're on your own, maybe you have some stuff, maybe your family is growing, right? Do we have to add coverage in there? So recheck your life insurance, look at your homeowners and your auto insurance, right? Or your renter's insurance. Let's make sure all those coverages are in the right places and that we're spending the proper amounts of money. Because if you haven't checked them in the last 10 years, you could be losing out on some savings that's available to you. The next big thing that you want to look at is let's make sure we're paying down all our debt as aggressively as possible, but we still also need to have a savings strategy. So this is really where that budget's going to come in and help you, right? Because we want to make sure that any of our non-mortgage debt is getting paid off, right? Any student loans that are still remaining, any credit card debt that we might have gotten ourselves into, let's get rid of that as quickly as possible so we can get on the real track of savings. And on that, when you're looking at things today, you got to look at what does my emergency fund look like. So we got to start increasing that emergency fund, right? For those what ifs that pop up in life. If you're paying down your debts, you probably got in there because something happened, right? Maybe the transmission in the car went and you had to get it fixed because you need to get to work, but you didn't have the cash on the side to actually pay for it. So let's start building that emergency fund. And within building that emergency fund, we have to get into the pay yourself first mentality, right? So when you're building that budget, when you're rethinking it, you want to put yourself first in line for your own money. So let's start thinking about how much on a monthly basis or as a percentage of your salary, how much are you putting away for yourself? You want to start with a minimum of 10%, right? That's like your baseline minimum, but you're in your 30s now, you can probably afford to do more because you're rethinking what you want in life and what your goals are. So let's start saving towards those goals. Your 30s is a great time to also be looking at your credit, right? As you're paying down your debts and cleaning things up, let's start monitoring that credit score because that's going to be vitally important to making sure that you're able to maintain low interest rates on any long-term debts that you may acquire. You know, if you're looking to get into business, if you're looking to purchase real estate, if you're looking to create other avenues for more income, the ways to do that sometimes require leverage, which means going out and borrowing money. If you're going to borrow money to buy, to get into business or to purchase real estate, we want to make sure that your credit is really good so you can have those low interest rates.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rob Gill with the Money Minute. And remember, a romance without a finance is a nuisance. You're in your 30s. There's a good chance you're either married or getting married. So if you want to plan properly, make sure you're on the same page as your partner. If you're on the same page with your partner, make sure you're on the same page with your planner, your accountant, your estate attorney. And once that's done and they're all on the same page, then you've planned properly. Back to Ed.
Also, in your 30s, you may be starting a family. You may have already started a family. It's time to take a look at your wills, right? Your wills, trust, if you have some children, is their guardianship set up? All of these things are so important to making sure that, I'm building and acquiring and amassing wealth. I want to make sure that if I'm not here, all the things that I wanted to have happen actually will happen. And that's done through wills, right? Having all of your legal documents in place will help ensure that everything that you want to have happen will happen. And finally, in your 30s, the one thing you want to do is, I'll put it this way, you want to worry about yourself, right? That idea of keeping up with the Joneses and chasing after what everybody else is doing, don't pay attention to that, right? Pay attention to you, stick to your budget, and build the lifestyle that you want, because if you're living on your terms now, you'll be able to really expand and have the life that you want later on. If you're chasing after what everybody else has, you might end up like everybody else. And in today's society, that's not always that great. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button. But more importantly, add some comments. What are the things that you're doing now in your 30s that are changing from when you were in your 20s, right? Comment below some of the changes that you're making to your own finances. And if you'd like, what we've created here at Epic is a free roadmap to help you get on the right path. Go in the description box below, click the link, and you'll be able to get free access to that.